Hi, my name's Tim Stewart, and I have a question for you. Why can't we all just get along? I asked somebody that the other day, and they said, of course we can, as long as you agree with everything I believe on. Problem in a nutshell. Somewhere along the way, we started confusing unity with uniformity. We thought if someone doesn't think like us, they must be against us. Ziglar reminded us many years ago, you can disagree without being disagreeable, but we've lost that talent today. Division's not new in America. In fact, our founders disagreed so much they almost didn't sign the Declaration of Independence. But unity, that has always been our secret weapon. The ability to lock arms and say, we're different, but we're in this together. The Bible puts it plain in Mark 3:25. If a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. If Jesus said it and Lincoln repeated it, then I think maybe we better pay attention. Division doesn't come from a healthy debate. Debate is good. Iron sharpens iron. Division comes from fear, pride, and misunderstanding. Let me give you an example. Think about social media. Social media is the only place you can lose a friend you've never even met. We get sucked into the echo chambers. We see the headlines designed to make us angry, and before long, we don't see people. We see enemies. But behind every opinion is a person. A dad who tucks in his kids at night. A mom who worries if she's doing it right. A veteran who served so others can disagree freely. Even in the bloodiest times in our history, the Civil War, Lincoln pleaded, "We are not enemies, but friends." If he could say that while our nation was literally tearing itself apart, surely we can say it again today. First, on the path to unity, we have to learn to listen with respect. Unfortunately today, most people don't listen, they reload. As soon as they see something that doesn't agree with them, they're preparing their rebuttal, and sometimes they don't even wait. They just throw it out there. Now we're talking over each other, and nothing can be accomplished. What if we listened to understand and not reply? I ask this question many times. What part of our anatomy do we listen with? People quite often say their ears, but that's wrong. With the ears we hear. It's a biological event. A person creates sound waves that enter into our auditory canals. They hit those little bones. They vibrate. They translate into words in our own brain, and then we do the same in response. It's biological. But listening happens at the emotional level. Listening happens in the heart. When we can listen with our heart and truly respond in kindness and not anger, then we're going to make progress. Ziglar, again, one of my mentors, said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's not just a sales principle, it's a life principle. Think of Jesus at the well with the Samaritan woman. He didn't start with an argument. He started with a question. Will you give me a drink? Then he listened, and that opened the door to transformation. Here's what's funny. No matter who you vote for, what church you attend, what cable news you watch, we all want the same basic things. We want our kids safe, we want opportunity, and we want dignity. When a hurricane hits, nobody says, sorry, I only rescue Republicans. When a tornado destroys a town, nobody says, I'll help you after I see your bumper sticker. In these moments, we remember we are one people. Division grows when people feel isolated and powerless. Unity grows when people roll up their sleeves and work together. I've seen it in coaching. I've seen it in senior living activities. I've seen it on the athletic field. I've seen it in boardrooms. I've seen it in the circle of family and friends. Put people side by side, working with a shared mission, a shared vision, and suddenly labels don't matter. Here's the kicker. Unity isn't automatic. It's a discipline. It's a skill. That's why I believe in training the brain, learning to stay calm under stress, focused under pressure, respectful even in disagreement. That's not just mental fullness, it's relational fullness. And then we must learn to live by example. Leadership isn't about titles, it's about influence. Parents, teachers, coaches, pastors, neighbors, we're all leaders whether we admit it or not. If our kids see us yelling at the TV, they'll think yelling is normal. If they see us listening, they'll learn to listen. If they see us serving, they'll learn to serve. As Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. Or as Jesus said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We don't need perfect leaders. We need humble leaders. And that can start with us. What if we measured America's greatness, not by how loud we argue, but how well we served? What if every one of us made a commitment this week to do just one unifying act? Call a neighbor you've been avoiding because of a spat you may have had years ago. Listen to someone you disagree with and don't argue back. Try to understand their point of view. Help a stranger, not for credit or repayment, but just for kindness' sake. Unity starts small, but like a spark, it can light a fire. I wrote this poem a while back, and I think it talks to a few of the things that we can each do to make this a little bit better world to live in. When I wake with purpose, clear and true, and I greet the dawn with a brighter view, when fear no longer holds my hand and I have the strength to take a stand, when kindness flows from heart to speech and patience guides the truth I teach, when I can listen and really hear and offer love instead of fear, when mistakes are lessons and not my chains and growth is worth the growing pains, when I forgive and let anger go and let my inner wisdom show, when I embrace both loss and gain and find the joy inside the rain, when I stand tall in who I am, yet humbly serve my fellow man, when I choose courage over pride and lift another to my side, when I become a better me, then we become a better we. And when we become a better we, then we become better neighbors. And as we become better neighbors, then we have a better neighborhood. And as we have a better neighborhood, we have a better community. And as we have a better community, we have a better county. As we have a better county, we have a better state. We have a better state, we have a better country. When we have a better country, then we have a better world. But it all begins with me, and it all begins with you. Lincoln's words ring true today. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive to finish the work we are in. Friends, the work we are in is not just to build a stronger America, but a united America. And it starts not in Washington, not in Hollywood, but in our homes, our schools, our churches, and our communities. It starts with me, and it starts with you. And when we become better me's, then we become a better we. My name is Tim Stewart. They call me Coach Papa, and I do approve this message. Now it's time to get off the bench, get back at the game, and go make a difference in your family, in your county, in your state, in your country. Go do the right thing for the right reasons.